Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. For today, we're going to talk about dividers. Now, dividers are great little things to have on your site. It's sort of a bit of style and great way of separating similar looking elements. Really easy to use, so let's get started. What I'm going to do today is enable the visual builder. Once loaded, let's go down to where we want to work. Let's just drop down below here. I'll add a new row. I'll make it 2 columns. And let's just throw a divider in there and see what we've got. There it is. If I move this over, you can see it's put in a little dividing line there. Now the first button you're going to see is show divider, and you might think, well, why on earth would they have it if you don't want to show it? Well, you can turn it off and you can use it as padding. You can set it to be a certain amount of height, and you can use it for putting space in between two elements. But I'm going to turn mine back on so we can demonstrate it a bit more. I'm going to put a background in there for the time being, purely to show you some positioning in a moment. So I'm going to go into background. Just going to give it a yellow background. Don't need to give it an admin label. Now if we go over to our design, here's the actual line itself. We can go in there, choose the color. You've got the usual sort of HTML styles, solid, dash, dotted, etc, etc. I'm going to leave mine on solid. Now the reason I put that background in there is you can position it within the module itself. Top, vertically centered, or at the bottom. Now if we move on down to sizing, this is where things get a little more interesting. Here you can decide how thick it's going to be with the weight. Just increment it slowly or type in a value depending on what you want to do. If you want a huge one, you can just slide this up. I'm going to keep mine to about 5, I think. Now the width, at the moment it's taking up the full width of this row here. Now up here I've got one that's just a partial way over. So you can decide how much of the actual row you want it to take up. I can demonstrate that better if I save that. We can go into the row itself. And we'll give that first column a green background. So you can see you've got the green background, that's the actual column. We go back into our divider. Pretty basic stuff. Go back into sizing. You can see width 100% is going to be all the way with the available width, etc, etc. So you can set that how you want it. Once you've got it the width you want it, you can decide whether you want it on the left, the middle, or the right, obviously. Now you can give the actual module itself a minimum height. This is really useful as well if you're using it as spacing. Again, with a slider you can make it huge and just drag it down to where you want it, or again type in your value, and the module that you place on top will have this amount of space obviously between it and the module below. If you play with something and you don't like it, just select it, hit delete, it'll go back to the default setting. Again, you can give it a fixed height if you want to by using that one, and a max height, but these two are usually plenty to get everything done. Spacing wise, it's just like anything else. You can change the margin, padding, top and bottom. Don't really want to put a border around it or a box shadow or filters or anything like that. Really simple. So there's the Divi divider module. So I hope you've enjoyed that and found it useful. If you have, please ring the bell, give it a thumbs up, comment, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.